Yo, what's up guys, it's NLW here, back again with another video. Today we've got Elite Series 89 in hand finally. Looks like a fantastic series. I saw it a couple of days ago, the prototype images on Instagram, and they looked fantastic, even better in person in my view, but we're going to open these up, go through each figure one by one, and I'll give you my thoughts on each of them. But before we get into the review and the unboxing, make sure you smash the like button as it helps get the channel out there. And also, remember to subscribe to NLW Figs. And hey, comment down below as well, what's your favourite figure from this series? So, without further ado, we'll get into the reviews. And before I actually unbox them, I'd actually just like to show you something. The package that these came in was like proper caved in. And you can see, if I was a mint collector, I think the worst one is probably this Sergeant Slaughter. Like you can just see it's been bent in a bit just there. So, not ideal. If I was a mint collector, these boxes I don't think hold up that well, and that's just something I will say about the boxes. There's like, yeah, I don't know if I'm a big fan of these, this packaging. I kind of like the old one, but, you know, I might be in the minority on that one. It's not very good for distribution, I think, because it does tend to get caved in quite a lot. But yeah, that's one problem with this, and like this Drew McIntyre, it's almost opened, if you can see there. So yeah, that's one of the main problems I had. Luckily I'm not a mint collector, I don't keep them in the box, so it doesn't bother me that much, although it would be nice to get a little bit of a discount if I could grab it, but you know, it is what it is. I can't really change it at the moment. Just a little thing that I'd be more unhappy with if I wasn't going to just open the box anyway. But yeah, if you're a mint condition collector and you like to keep them in the boxes, that would be something that I'd be mad about. Like this one, it's just like caved in properly, so not really happy about that. But you know, the box design itself, I think it's okay. Like I said, I'm not a massive fan of this style of packaging. I think it looks a bit ugly in my view, but that's just a point of personal preference. So first of all, we've got the Scottish Psychopath Drew McIntyre with his kilt and his sword, looking very cool there. We've also got the almighty Bobby Lashley in his new long trunks, a long awaited attire for him. First time in Elite form, we've got Damian Priest, a massive improvement from his very bad basic figure that he had out. We've also got first time in the line Dominik Mysterio, again a great first figure for him. I'll open it up and give you my thoughts on that. We also have Nia Jax, not an Elite that I'm sure many people were asking for, but nevertheless, here we go. And obviously, you know what, I'd say it's a pretty good likeness for Nia Jax, so whatever you think of the wrestler herself, still a fantastic figure in my view. And finally, quite a random one, but it matches the Colonel Mustafa from the exclusive Elite 88, I believe it was. So Sergeant Slaughter there to go along with the other one, and General Adnan, I think, was an Elite in a couple of series ago. So yeah, that's pretty cool in itself. So yeah, let's open these bad boys up. So here they all are out of the packaging, and I have to say, probably the strongest Elite lineup that they've had ever, maybe? You know, I think because all the faces are on point, all the action figures are on point. You could argue with some of the selections for the series, but they've got a good mix of current talent, as well as, you know, a bit of oddities like Sergeant Slaughter and a couple of first times in the line. So yeah, I'd have to say, probably the best Elite series they've ever released. I mean, if you disagree with that, let me know in the comments and tell me what you think is the strongest series. But we'll start off with the almighty Bobby Lashley here. And this figure is, you know, fantastic. Like, they haven't released a Bobby Lashley since like one of the 60s series, I believe it was. Maybe 67, 69, one of those. So that one was his old attire, and now this is finally the updated tights that we've got here. So we've got a couple of basics of this attire, but now we finally got it in all its glory, and again double jointed elbows. Who's going to complain about that? So the only really issue with this figure, doesn't come with a spare pair of hands, and normally I'm not a massive fan of having loads of hands in the boxes, because I think it can overwhelm your collection a little bit. But with this one, because his whole pose is putting the points out to the side, so I don't know why Mattel wouldn't include that. But other than that, a really good figure. Like, I like the head scan on it. I think it definitely captures him. We've got on the tights there, you can see the side, and on the other side the Hurt Business. And he'll pair great with the MVP figure from the last series as well. And this one also comes with the WWE Championship. So yeah, a great figure overall. Very good to have it finally in this series. And another one that's finally good to have is Dominik Mysterio, son of Rey Mysterio. And they've really knocked it out of the park with this first release. I think the head sculpt is fantastic on him. I like the tattoos as well. and also double jointed elbows, looking like they're adding this feature more throughout the series now, so more often than not it's going to be double jointed going forward. I know they were testing it out with a couple of the earlier series, and also a great attire to use. I'm not sure which this is from, I couldn't remember what it said on the box, but you know, I like the colour combination that they've got here, and of course you've got his initials on the back as well. Be great for pick feds. I can tell that everyone's going to be adding him, and I know everyone's going to be doing Dominic versus Rey Mysterio, I'm sure, in their pick feds. But yeah, a great figure to have. Also, he's been killing it in his rookie year so far. You know, you can tell he's Rey Mysterio's kid, because he's got a lot of potential there for him to break out as a single star later on down the line. So great to have him in figure form, and again, just love the pattern detail on it. Now we come on to, well actually before we go on to Nia Jax, this one also comes with a kendo stick and a spare pair of fist hands. But now we'll come on to Nia Jax, a controversial figure to say the least, no pun intended, but again, like a really good likeness to her. And you know, you may not like the wrestler herself, but this is still a great figure. It really captures her likeness. I think the face scan is on point. Again, like, you've got the long hair, I think, is a really good addition for this figure. There's also a chase out. I'm not going to get a Nia Jax chase though, but I do like the attire, like the red attire. The problem with this figure is there's only one, or at least it appears that there's only one knee joint, so it doesn't go back all the way. And I know that, you know, she's probably got limited mobility as it is. However, you know, just a shame that we can't really push that in figure form. Like, you know, it could be a little bit limiting, like if you wanted to do like poses and stuff, you know, because it's a basic knee rig there. Other than that though, you've got the double jointed elbows, and the advantage of this Nia Jax figure over the last one, I think, is the fact that the last one had these elbow pads that came out to here, so it kind of limited the movement that she had. But this one, you know, it's more poseable than the last Elite. So I don't know how many of you are Nia Jax fans, but it's certainly a good figure, and it definitely captures her likeness. So not a must get if you're not a fan of her, but still like good figure to have in the series. And this one also comes with the Women's Tag Team Championship. So if you've got the Alexa Bliss Elite 82, that was another one that came with this figure, so you could buy that figure and this one, and you'd have the complete set of Women's Tag Team titles, you know, if you wanted it. And this one also comes with spare pair of hands. And now we'll move on to the Scottish Psychopath, Drew McIntyre. So again, like every McIntyre they release is better than the last one. The first one they released, Elite 71 I believe, had an issue with the skin tone, and then Elite 83 it improved the skin tone, but the face scan was a bit dodgy. Now this one has totally knocked it out of the park. The best Drew McIntyre figure to date, in my view. Again, it comes with a kilt, and the kilt just comes off like that, so you can see the attire there. I like the blue on the pants and the knees here, and you know what, it's a sturdier figure than the others as well. Moves better, and of course the double jointed elbows, and that's another thing about these new releases now. So even if you've got like a bunch of Drew McIntyres or a bunch of Lashleys or a bunch of Roman Reigns in your collection already, you can buy the new ones and now know that they've got more mobility with these elbows. So you know, you're getting your money's worth there in that sense. I also love the head scan on it. I think it really captures McIntyre really well. And again, no real nitpicks for this one. I think it's fantastic. I like the addition of the kilt and also the addition of this sword. I think it'll be good for posing or figure photography, what have you. Really opens a lot of possibilities. So a very, very good figure. Would highly recommend you. Out of anyone in this series, I recommend also getting you know, this one and one we'll come on to later. And now we'll move on to a strange choice for a figure attire. We've got Sergeant Slaughter from his Iraqi War days. Now they've released, I think it's Colonel Adnan and Colonel Mustafa, you know, before in like exclusives. So this is one for the main series, so you could have that full trio if you wanted, if you found it in I don't know if it's a US exclusive. I know you can get it in Smiths here in the UK, Mustafa and Adnan, but yeah, like this one, I wasn't sure whether I was going to get it because I don't actually have a Sergeant Slaughter in my collection. However, if we can just like zoom in a little bit here, this one, I think you could probably use this as a regular Sergeant Slaughter as well if you really wanted to. You know, it's also, you could customise it to how you want it. So the jacket just comes off like that, and it's got the standard, you know, Sergeant Slaughter face and a very funny Charlie Brown-esque haircut there as well. And you know what? I have to say, a decent figure. I'm not going to crap all over it. I think it's a really good figure. The only problem really is no double jointed elbows in this one. Understandable. You know, if you want to reuse parts, I guess. But yeah, like a decent figure, certainly. And yeah, you could theoretically use this if you wanted to for like a face Sergeant Slaughter. I think he's worn these pants before, and it also comes with these elbow pads which you can just slide on like that, and also these pointing hands there, as well as the whip. A weird choice for a figure release, but a decent choice nonetheless. You know, I'm happy to have this in my collection. I don't own a Sergeant Slaughter figure yet, so, you know, the completionist in me is happy that this came out. Not a bad figure at all. And last but not least, certainly, in fact I think it's probably the best one out of the bunch, we have Damian Priest. The first time in the line for the Elites. We've seen a basic release of this guy before, but it wasn't good at all. With this one though, they've knocked it out of the park. Like, first of all, head scan, fantastic. Definitely looks like him. There's a slight mark on mine, but you know what, that's just a nitpick. And again, the jacket is pretty good, and we'll take that off just to show you the full range of tattoos he's got. This one also comes with the double jointed elbows as well, and I love the purple attire on it. So yeah, as you can see, he's got the necklace around there, which are pretty cool, and the tattoos as well. Great details gone into those. You know, and again, like the back tattoo looks fantastic on him. And we've got the purple trunks, and I like the detail in the different chains and things on them. So again, good range of movement in this guy, and I've been a big fan of his since his Ring of Honor days as Punishment Martinez, so now that he's United States Champion on Raw, it's pretty cool to see. Yeah, I just love how the colour pops on this one. Would love to see more Damian Priest attires in the future, and this is just the start, and again, like, people can customise it now more easily with different colours and fantasy attires and what have you, so a fantastic set overall, and this is probably my favourite figure from the series, but now I'll just go through them one by one and tell you my favourites from worst to best. So in order, I'd say my least favourite is probably the Nia Jax. Might be a little bit biased because she's my least favourite wrestler out of all of them, but to be honest, it's still a fantastic figure for, you know, what it is. Like a great face scan, great attire, and everything. Think it's the best Nia Jax figure they've released so far. And next up as well, Sergeant Slaughter, one that I wasn't that looking forward to when the announcement was first made of this series, but having it in person, you know, I really like this figure. I really dig it. I like the expression on his face. I like all the little details that come with it, like the jacket and everything, and it's applicable to a lot of scenarios, so good to have a Sergeant Slaughter figure in my collection. Next up, Bobby Lashley, likewise, like, not a bad figure at all. Maybe a bit basic with the trunks, but it's just good to have this figure now in Elite form. My only nitpick really with this one is it doesn't come with a spare pair of pointing hands, and that's kind of a little bit of an issue if you've not got a Lashley figure already. Next up, Dominic Mysterio, you know, first time in the line. Very happy to see this attire in figure form. And next up, we've got Drew McIntyre, again the best Drew McIntyre that they've released to date, with the double jointed elbows, as well as the kilt and the face scan as well, updated, so it's really all come together. And you know what, lastly as well, Damian Priest, fantastic figure, tattoos are great, double jointed elbows, love the design in the trousers and the purple, it really pops. Yeah, just a fantastic figure, could be figure of the year in my opinion, but yeah, just a fantastic set. If I were you, I'd get them all, to be honest. Like, my favourite Elite series probably that they've ever released, other than, you know, the one last month with Elite 88. They've really been knocking it out of the park with these releases recently, you know, other than my packages being caved in by the delivery guys, so kudos to you guys. But other than that, great series. What did you think of the video, and what do you think of these figures? Let me know in the comments below. Comment below which one is your favourite out of this series. Make sure you smash the like button, as it really helps get the channel out there, and as always, remember to subscribe to NLW Figs. That's it from me. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys later.